Hello, and today we're going to start a quick run through the major trade networks from 1200 to 1450. And these trade networks all existed previous to this era. Remember, 1200 is just the year that the College Board decided to start our study of AP World. So that's what we're going to be focused on here. But you can apply this knowledge to stuff that was going on well before 1200 as well. So today, the Silk Road. What do you need to know? Well, our focus here is on economic systems and how improving commercial practices will increase the growth of trade and the growth of trading cities along this Silk Road trade route. Now, one thing I do want to point out as you look at the map above me, the Silk Road is not a road. It's a network of trade routes throughout Asia, from East Asia across Central Asia to Southwest Asia and into the Anatolian Peninsula, which is today's Turkey. We also want to make sure we know about the innovations in technology that contribute to the exchange over long distance trade routes, and that the demand for luxury goods is what is fueling this growth on the Silk Road trade network, and will also fuel wider production of those luxury goods in places like China. So first of all, I want to talk about these improved commercial practices. These are the financial instruments, for example, that allow business to flourish across the region. First, we've got the development of moneyed economies. Now, these happened long before this 1200 to 1450 period, but we do have new innovations in moneyed economies in this era. Now, when we talk about a money economy, we're comparing that or contrasting that with a more traditional bartering economy where people will just trade goods for other goods. Money is just a substitute for value and can make trade much more efficient. And in China, we're going to see the development, as China is the society that invents paper, we're going to see the first paper currency developed. This is really important because it's much more portable. It's easier to carry a lot of cash with you than it is to walk around with a lot of change in your pockets. So it's much more portable, much more transportable, much lighter for long distance trade when like the weight of your load can directly cut into the amount of goods that you can trade. China will also develop what's known as flying money, and this is like an early form of credit. Don't confuse flying money and paper currency. These are two different things. Paper currency is the cash that you have in your pocket. Flying money is essentially an early version of credit card. You can get a form that allows you to extract that money once you get back to your destination. In Europe, we're going to see the development of banking houses that'll offer bills of exchange, essentially are early forms of checks and credit systems. And we also see the organization in Europe of trade organizations like the Hanseatic League. The Hanseatic League is a trade organization across northern European cities that creates some trading rules and regulations that will govern the various cities connected to the league. And this will all help them facilitate goods throughout their region and also beyond. In addition to these financial instruments, we also have some like practical things that make life easier for merchants. For example, Caravan Sarai. Caravan Sarai are stop houses, rest stops along the trade routes, and we're going to see these sprinkled throughout the Silk Road trade routes. This is a place where merchants can stop after a long journey. Their camels can get watered, their horses can get watered. They can rest for an evening before heading on their way. This is also a way that government institutions would support trade by financing and supporting the construction of these caravan sarai. We will see the growth in trading cities along the Silk Road. Obviously, as merchants are moving east to west, they're going to be stopping off in places beyond the caravanserai. So we will see the growth of some trade hubs, kind of like you would see in the United States today, where various airlines have hub cities where many of their connections will go through. Cities like Kashgar in the western reaches of China, Samarkand in central Central Asia. In Baghdad, we've already talked about it, was the capital of the Abbasid Caliphate, but it was also an important hub on the western portion of the Silk Road. With regard to trade over the Silk Road, or really any trade across long distance land routes, they specialize in luxury goods. We want to remember that when you're going over land, you've got to literally carry, or animals have to carry, everything that you're trading. So you want to get the most bang for your buck. You want to have the most value compared to the weight of those objects. So they specialize in luxury goods. Goods across the Silk Road are going to be primarily luxury goods from Asia, like silks and porcelain. These were things that were unique for much of history to China. And then tea coming out of China as well. So as we wrap up here, the big three that you absolutely want to know: the Silk Road increases trade due to the creation of new commercial innovations in and around the region. We've got an increased trade contributing to the growth of trading cities along these routes, and the demand for luxury goods is increasing. And so places like China will increase their manufacturing capabilities for goods like silk and porcelain. That's all we got today. We'll see you next time for a look at the Indian Ocean Trade Network.